As the Orks continued to probe forward, searching for land, resources, and victories, they came across a destroyed asteroid base at the edge of the Valor system. Many of the buildings showing the devastation of heavy artillery in unprotected warehouses. But where were the bodies? As war boss Charley sent troops forward, they found an infestation of bugs, not just any bugs, Tyranids. As the battle lines were drawn, the scavenging grots massed and began to move forward. Yes, they spend most of their time tinkering about, fixing the machines the Orks break or attaching something found on the battlefield to an existing crude, but functional, machine of terror and death. But, today, they will prove they can fight too. As the waves of grots and Orks began to harass and kill their arch-enemies, one grot began to stand out as he directed herds of grots about the battlefield. Red Gobo, small in stature, but a natural leader. Somehow, he drew in all the scavenging grots. The numbers increased as stampeding herds shot their way through or charged into the enemy. His recruiting power to call up grots hiding in the rocks and ruins kept the battle alive. Weird boys and their wild touch of warp power not only rained death on the enemy units but began jumping units all over the battlefield, including the massive Stomper. One moment, it was blasting away at the enemy. Next, it was materializing above the units of Tyranid, smashing and scattering their frail bodies and crushing the ruined buildings that they hid in. As the battle raged, a new bug or creature crawled out from a massive building. This spider-like creature moved across the battlefield with great speed and ease, stepping over or through the units and ruins. Later, Charley found out that this walking titan was referred to as a Hierophant. With ranged attacks and warp power abilities, it laid waste to nearby units, and then with a great leaping melee attack, it tore the Stomper wide open. With the loss of the heavy support, the grots continued to press the fight, but they did not have the weapons necessary to deal these monsters. As they retreated, it gave them time to think, to scavenge, to build something new, something that would squash the bugs flat once and for all. Now that Charley knew where the pesky insects were, he sent in a war clan to clean them out and push them back to where they came from. Orks and grots, for the first time in his clan, were working together. The units filled the battlefield and began to press forward. As they moved forward, they destroyed the bugs as they popped up from the ruins and rocks. At first, it seemed all was going well. But as the units moved forward, the grots and Orks, not used to working together, allowed gaps to form in their lines. Soon, bugs were popping up from everywhere. Not having time to take shelter, the Tyranid unleashed a deadly volley of flame, acid, and shot. Grots and Orks began to fall to the wayside. As the Orks fought back, primarily with melee, some of the bugs bled acid on them, killing more. Other creatures exploded in massive balls of acid and flame, killing even more. The momentum was lost, and the war clan became disorganized. The bugs not only showed they are terrifying in battle and death, but there was some intelligence, a plan to their attack. Charley withdrew the units. More training would need to be done to organize the units and begin creating some special units, elite units, units designed to counter such creatures and strategies. Those that were tasked with supplying weapons and gear have now been tasked to look for new weapons, make modifications, and prepare for the next meeting. The Orks have taken some losses, but there is not discouragement. No stopping the attack. The Green Tide will overcome and claim what is theirs. This battle report was submitted by our residential Ork player, Charley. The Ork pirates found the remains of Asteroid Base 74 and began looting it, discovering the Tyranids had arrived shortly before they did. We appreciate his battle report of his 2 games and his contribution in getting the Ork Codex closer to the final draft status.